Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be a singles new love reading for my dearest Pisces. Pisces, we're going to take a look at who's coming towards you in love and what this person is like and what kind of relationship this is meant to be. If these messages resonate with you, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And just a friendly reminder, I am available for private readings, so if you're after one, I have those links down below. All right, my lovely Pisces, let's get started. Let's see what clear messages, advice, and guidance come through for you here. All right, so we have the Ace of Swords. So this could be someone who has really strong air in their chart. They're also showing up as the Queen of Wands. So they could be a Leo, an Aries, or a Sag, or have strong fire placements. This is somebody who's definitely very sexy. This is somebody who's very strong. They're passionate. This is somebody who I feel like they're very charismatic. I do feel like this person gets a lot of attention. Ooh, they're viewing you as the Two of Cups, so they're viewing you as their soulmate. And the relationship, we see the Nine of Swords. Okay, so this could be a little bit of a frustrating relationship, or it could be a relationship here that does really have you in your feels. Ooh, we see the Three of Swords. So you might be really in your feels about this connection because for some of you, it could be a reconciliation or it could be a past person here who's returning. But I also feel here there could be some sort of third party involvement here when you meet this person. So they could be married, or there could be entanglements, or they could be dealing with somebody else. This person is going to be honest with you though, Pisces. That's what I'm seeing. Like they're going to tell you exactly what's going on in their life. I feel like they're probably going to be the one to approach you. Okay. Or, they're going to like sort of come, be the one to ask you out, or be the one to, kind of make the first move or like flirt with you. All right, we do see the Queen of Wands here. So somebody who's very fiery and very passionate, but I do think that this person could have some sort of third party around them. It could also be, for some of you, this person may be in an open relationship. They might propose that to you, which is like polyamory, or, or tell you that they're currently in an open relationship here. That's not going to be for all of you, but I do feel like there's some sort of third party around this person, and it could be why we have the Nine of Swords showing up here. This person's showing up. Wow, we get the Three of Swords again. So again, this person might have a choice between you and somebody else here, Pisces, when you first meet them. And for some of you, they could be at a distance, or there might be, you might have to drive somewhat of a distance to see each other or to get together. You could meet them while they're away from their home or their house at a distance, or maybe you're traveling or you're at a distance. Okay, like you could be, taking a vacation, or you could be at some sort of like work event or something, but it feels like you might be like abroad, or you might be, in a different city or something here when you meet this person, or that could be their energy. This person may also be suffering from some serious heartbreak when you meet them, and it does feel like it could be due to a third party. So if they're not dealing with anybody else here, Pisces, it could be that they still do have some healing to do, and they might not be really in that energy to offer stability and security and a relationship, that might not be exactly what they're looking for. So again, you're going to be very, very attracted to this person, but just be aware that they might not be looking for something long term. For some of you, this person has experienced loss and they're in a period of recovery. So you could be dealing with somebody who's a widow or a widower. You could also be dealing with somebody who's experienced some other loss within their family, or like their job or their home. We see that this person is showing up as a counselor, so they're good at mediating situations. This is somebody who's been through a lot, so they definitely act as like a rock or an anchor for other people. They may help people get through difficult circumstances. For some of you, this person could be like an EMT, or like an ER nurse or ER doctor, or whatever it is they do. Like people definitely come to them because of their strength and the support that they offer. You're going to feel super at ease with this person. They're going to be really approachable. So I feel like that's going to make it, it's going to make it that much easier for you to fall in love with this person or fall for this person. But we also see that they are independent. So they have a strong sense of self and self-reliance. So again, it could be somebody here who's not necessarily in another committed relationship or anything like that, but they do kind of want to stay single. So I feel like that's something that you need to be aware of, okay? That they're most likely not looking for a long-term relationship. And maybe some of my Pisces, you're going to be okay with that, right? Let's see. Some of you, you could meet this person at the gym, for example. What else do we need to know about this person coming towards Pisces? Yeah, but see, there's going to be something really special about you, even if they tell you, hey, look, you know, I'm only looking for something short term, or I'm not looking to, you know, I'm not looking for anything serious. There's something about you that's going to really captivate them. That's going to, you know, make them think about you nonstop, or think about you a lot more than, you know, than they're expecting, or anybody else that they've dealt with or dealing with. For some of you, this person is in their 40s. Again, these very specific messages, Pisces, are not going to resonate with all of you, but they will be confirmation for some. And for some of you, this person may wear braids. Again, that's not for all of you. It will be confirmation for some of you. And we do see that this person may be curvy or voluptuous, or maybe you are, but whatever it is their body type is, you're just going to be very, very physically attracted to this person. Again, whether they have curves or not. Now, how else will my Pisces be able to identify this person? How else will my Pisces be able to identify this person, please? How else will my Pisces be able to identify this person? Okay, so this is not somebody that you've kissed before. So for a lot of you, this is not an ex, or it's not somebody you've dealt with in the past. Ooh, did I call it or what? They are going to be the one to ask you out or to approach you. They have been extremely hurt by a loved one in the past, or by losing, you know, by recently losing a loved one. And this person wants to send you a message. Okay, so for some of you, they might approach you online, or maybe they already have your details and they're, you know, thinking about messaging you. We're also seeing here that music will be playing when they ask you out. So for a lot of you, this means you are going to meet them in person, or they're going to approach you somewhere where music is playing. So that could be the gym, that could be at a bar, a club, a restaurant. You know, it could be, you know, it could be anywhere music is playing. It could be in an elevator. All right, let's see. Clear messages, advice, and guidance. How else will my Pisces be able to identify this person? Okay, so we do get that strong fire energy, so Aries, Leo, or Sag. All right, this person is going to be genuine and sincere with you. So if they're not looking for a relationship, they're going to be straight up and upfront with you about that. If they have other entanglements, they're also going to tell you that. Like, I'm dating other people, or I'm in an open relationship. Again, that's not for all of you. It's like for one of you out there. But they are going to be very open and honest with you about what they're looking for, what they're all about. Some of you, they come from a big family, or maybe they, you know, they've always said they want a big family, like when they're ready to settle down. Now, this person might be a little bit skeptical about love, or they might not be the most spiritual person. I feel like there's something very special about you, though, Pisces. You're going to really captivate this person because they're seeing you as the Two of Cups. You may be the first person in a really long time that allows them to see themselves in a relationship. All right, they're going to feel this instant connection here with you with the Two of Cups. You might be very different from them, like you could come from a different background, so a different race, religion, or tradition. But this person is going to see you as somebody who also doesn't always necessarily toe the line, that you kind of live your own life. You march to the beat of your own drum. They also see you as someone who, you know, they're definitely going to, there's something about you that's going to make this person think about changing their tune about being single or being in a relationship. And this person, you know, this person may be a little bit skeptical about you as well, because I do think that they're going to be quite taken by you. So this person might struggle with some trust issues that either go back to childhood or go back to some previous relationships. But I feel like this person, you know, like even though I see that they're genuine and sincere, there might be something here about you that they don't really trust. And not to say that you're acting a way that's untrustworthy, or you do something that doesn't make them trust you. But I feel like I feel like they're just going to be not so sure that like you are what you say you are. And it could be because Pisces, oftentimes you have an air of mystery about yourselves. Or it could just be that you're very kind and sweet and special and maybe a little bit too good to be true. This person's going to really love talking to you. I feel like you two are going to laugh a lot. I feel like, you are going to feel like they're approachable and like you can be yourself with them. But I kind of feel like they're having pinch me vibes with you. Like, wow, I didn't know someone like that existed, or I didn't know I could have so much fun with someone. And I do think like you're definitely going to make them rethink, being so independent or being like a self-proclaimed bachelor or bachelorette. What else they really admire about you, Pisces, we have the monk or the nun. So they really do like that you're devoted and you're dedicated to your faith or your spirituality. And again, I feel like this person may not be the most spiritual, but they're going to really they're going to really appreciate the fact that you are, and maybe even have questions for you. And again, not in like a contentious way, but more so in like, an inquisitive way. And they're going to want to learn from you about that, about your faith, about your spirituality. This person, Hermit card, they're seeing you as the hermit. So they may see you or meet you when you're alone. But I feel like this person's going to really like that about you, that you don't always necessarily need to be around other people. They're going to see you as wise. They're going to see you as very creative. And they're also going to see you as somebody who's extremely sexy. Now, this relationship, what we need to know about the relationship is the Nine of Swords. And I can see that there's going to be some anxiety here with this connection because, one, it looks like this person's going to really fall for you and see you as their Two of Cups, see you as their soulmate. But I feel like they're going to be really in their head because like it feels like they're a self-proclaimed bachelor or bachelorette. So you're going to be a bit of a tower moment for this person. Now, for some of my Pisces, you might also kind of lose sleep over this person or this connection because, again, the connection that you have is going to be powerful and passionate and exciting. But, this person's going to be upfront about, either dealing with other people, being in an open relationship or something, or, the fact that they're not looking for any sort of, anything long term. And so I feel like you're both going to be kind of at odds with that, okay? So I do think you're both going to really lose sleep over each other and lose sleep over this connection, okay? But we see that a new love or recommitment is developing. So for a lot of you, it feels like there is a new love here developing, but it's going to feel like a little bit unsure or a lot unsure in the beginning. Spirit's saying it's safe to make the move that you're considering. So again, like some of you, you're still going to take a leap of faith to see where this goes. For some of you, this person's going to take a leap of faith with you because they feel like there's something very different here. But Spirit is saying this person is in your life to teach you a spiritual lesson. I do think it's going to be a very sweet connection. I think you're going to feel like you've known each other before here, Pisces. But let's see if we get any more messages about whether or not it's going to be long-term, or is this going to be a fling or a fleeting romance or something that's ephemeral. So let's see. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Pisces, please. Yeah, there's going to be sudden feelings that this is the one. Like I feel like you're going to fall in love with each other, but it's like I feel this person is like their credo is to be a self-proclaimed bachelor or bachelorette. You're going to have this psychic connection, so your communication is going to go beyond mere words. But Spirit's also saying your worth doesn't depend on the other person. At the bottom of the deck, we do see it is potentially a lasting love, but I definitely see it being kind of frustrating or, producing some anxiety in the beginning of this connection, because I feel like this person's going to take some time to come around to the fact that they really want to be in a loving connection with you. All right, so let's see. Any important dates or times here, please? Any important dates or times, please? Okay, so it's going to be happening very soon and as early as next month. All right, my lovely Pisces, I'm going to leave it here. I'm sending you love and light. Take care.